Peace. My name is G-Man of Law, and I'd like to welcome you to Bap Phunk Lab. On this channel, we will be exploring engineering techniques and how to make your record sound professionally done. We'll also be dealing with formulas of hip-hop producers that make hip-hop records, boom bap records that have that soulful, hard-hitting sound. We will also be dealing with marketing. Marketing is very important in building a brand and taking your music to who you make the music for. So kick back, dig, and enjoy the ride. Who? Me? My name is G-Man of Law. My artist name is pEEpHUNKcITYg. And my history goes back as far as I can remember. I'm a 56-year-old music producer and engineer, and I've been making music all my life as far as I can remember. I can't remember a time that I wasn't making music. And so I've accumulated a lot of information. Since 17, I've been working professionally in music, whether it's been promoting parties, things of that nature, to by the time I was 25, I went to school to learn the game of making records. I started out with DJ Cheese, promoting parties, making mixtapes, selling mixtapes, things of that nature. When I was 25, I got my first internship at Giant Recording Studios under the tutelage of Doug Pell, Ron Allaire, Kevin Thomas, Prince Charles Alexander, etc. By 98, I had started working with Bad Boy. I worked on the Shine album, G Dep's album, a lot of his artists. I was there, when he was, when Puff was going, when Puff and J-Lo were together. That was it. Before making the band era. And anyway, Bad Boy is where I learned the most in making records. I learned so much because Puff mass produces records. Most companies, labels, they're working on one record at a time. Puff is working on 3, 4, 10 records at a time in different studios, in different locations throughout the city. And so, there's no mistaking. There's no mistake why he's one of the greatest hip-hop producers ever. And I learned the most about music production working at Daddy's house, Daddy's recording house. What is Boom Bap Lab? Boom Bap Lab is a channel where I give information from my experienced point of view. And there's going to be music production, recording, which is part of production, mixing, mastering, releasing, marketing, and some of the business. Because that's my daily routine, my daily life. And what's going to set me apart is that my ears have always been, the selling point. I've always had good ears, So even when I was an intern, like I would give advice on records, and the producer oftentimes would listen. You know what I mean? I'd give some input. Yo, you know who be sound crazy rapping on this? Such and such and such and such. And then 2 days later, such and such says his name rapping on that record. I remember one time I was on a Talib Kweli session at Makinng. I was the assistant engineer on that session, and there was a guy named Axel Niehaus was the engineer, and he was mixing one of the records for, that record that Kanye West produced on that record, on Quality album by Tyler Quality. The engineer would ask, after you working with him for time, they start trusting your judgment. So he asked me about how it sound. I said, and I told him, I said, I gave him some suggestions. You know what I mean? And one of them was to make the snare clap more, around 3K. And what's crazy is that then Kanye came in to hit the record, and then Kanye told him what he wanted fixed, and what he wanted fixed is what I told him, the engineer, that he should do. And that engineer told me that day, he said, yo, you need to be making money mixing by the end of this year. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, I'm rebellious, and I like I said, I didn't get in the game to become an engineer. I came in the game to learn how to produce records. And the thing that makes me most happy, better than the orgasm, is making a hot record. That's what I love to do. I love to make a hot record. And I know how. So, and that's what this channel is all about. So kick back, dig, and enjoy the ride. Peace.